Alright, this is officially the very last video that I will be filming with the C6 Corvette. This is the very first C6 Corvette vlog on the channel.
Yo! Dude, are you that oblivious?
What?
Happy early Christmas birthday.
Stop it. What?
She's ready to rip.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Real estate. Let him know.
Oh my god, am I ready? I don't know.
Everybody's clapping.
Alex, stop everything! Just do it! Just do it!
No.
Yes! I love it!
You just went to dye your hair pink and someone put black dye in it. Now you have black hair. You're angry. Drive angry. Someone just called Rally ugly. Get f***ing pissed. This is how I coach.
Might as well save some time and use this.
Go your position!
So yeah, that was about right.
What?
All of that.
Yeah, your shit looks silicone hoses, and of course all the power steering lines are all in.
I feel like we're doing good though. First try, startup, you know? doesn't feel real. Some of you guys saw this coming with the purchase of the E46, and I also knew that this would have to happen. I just didn't think it would be this soon. I've had an amazing past 3 years of my drifting journey with the C6 Corvette. It was the first car of higher horsepower that I got to drive. It was the first car that I entered into a drift competition with. It was the first car that I learned how to properly paint. And it was one of my first builds really of this caliber. Obviously, as you guys know, we had the fire in this Corvette. Very not fun and a little traumatic, but I learned so much. I pushed myself in this car and I learned so much about drifting in this car behind me. So, why am I selling it? Something I haven't spoken a lot about over the past 2 years is that I've started to realize that maybe I'm just not a Corvette person. I've struggled to adapt to the Corvette chassis. The amount of forward the car has, the lack of side bite, the angle kits that I've tried on it in the past, like something for me as a driver wasn't clicking. I struggled a lot. With Wisefab on the car this year, I definitely felt a lot more confident as a driver. I think it started to fix the chassis more in a direction that suits my driving style, but I still had so little confidence for how much seat time I've had in the C6 Corvette. And really what amplified this realization over the past couple of years has been all of the competitions that I've been driving overseas. You know, I'm in a unique position where I do get to experience a bunch of different chassis. And when I'm going to a different country, have very little practice in a car, and I'm able to put it on a wall, like within a few laps or within a competition weekend, that says something. Because even in this car, I'm not driving how I know I could. Like, something about the Corvette and me, I feel like I'm always being held back a little bit. We did try some new setup things that helped slightly, but really going to Asia, jumping in the JZS chassis from AI Garage, the amount of confidence that I felt in that car really just sunk it home that, like, man, I have no practice in this car. It's not even mine or set up to how I would really want it in a perfect ideal scenario if I had all this time to set it up. And I was so confident. You know, I felt a little bit like that in the R32 chassis as well in Australia. And coming back from Asia after the S15 experience and getting back in my JZS 100, I just knew I wasn't a Corvette person. And maybe that could change down the road. But even for me, looking at the higher levels of drifting, when these cars get even crazier, I don't really think the Corvette chassis gives drivers the platform to have style. Maybe some people can get confident in it and do very well, yes, because it is a competitive platform. But for me as a driver, I just haven't fully clicked with it, and at some point I need to make a change. And that's what this is. I am obviously still very attached to the car. Like I said, I've been through so much, I've learned so many different things, but I cannot afford to just have this car because I'm emotionally attached to it sitting around. That is a very expensive asset, and yeah, so this is the very last video with the C6 Corvette. It's kind of crazy. It still hasn't officially hit me yet. I knew I would sell it. I did not think it would be this fast. We do have somebody picking it up today. Thankfully, he is in our Drift HQ family, and I'll still see the car every now and then. The new owner is about to be here any second, and we're gonna get him fitted into the car, and he's gonna actually be driving it tomorrow during the Pro-Am competition for the fun day on the skid pad. So this is, I'm trying to be as positive as possible. Like, I'm glad it's going to a good person, and especially someone that we know. I know that I'm definitely going to need another fade car. Like, stat. I don't think the E46, I don't think this will look good on it, but S chassis, maybe? And I'm wearing my fade shirt. I was gonna wear my Corvette team shirt, but I couldn't find it. This is sad. I'm trying to stay positive, and I know this is the right move. It just, there's just a lot. There's a lot tied up in that car, and yeah. This is officially the last video I will ever film with the C6 Corvette. My neon old girl is gonna be going to a new home. I'll miss her a lot. I just need to rip this band-aid off and not get emotional. I really didn't think I was that attached to the car, but I am. So, has to happen. We're gonna get through it together. And yeah, let's get the old girl fitted to her new owner. He should be pulling in any moment now. I didn't know you were bringing the semi. Welcome. Look at you showing up with the big rig. And yeah, that means that Marcelo is the new owner of the C6 Corvette. I already had my whole emotional little goodbye video. I know, rip the band-aid off, exactly.
Make it quick.
But like I said, I am so glad that it's going to a good person and somebody in our Drift HQ family. We're still gonna see the car. It's gonna be so funny if I end up going up against him in the next Pro-Am round.
You might go against me in Brazil.
Or Brazil, you know?
We have one Corvette down there. This one might end up there for a few months.
Yeah.
Who knows? Might drive it again.
I know. Ah,
I mean, if you have to do the dog.
that's okay. Puppies, relax. Relax, Rally.
Little boy and...
Relax. Here she is. That's the nice side. We'll show that side.
You're right.
Oh, man. Well, the day has come, but you are not new to C6 Corvettes, right? You got a few of them, actually.
My first drift car was a C5, actually.
Oh, I didn't know that. When?
A few years ago, a few Decembers ago.
Okay.
Funny thing, like the kit for the dual caliper was designed in my car. They used that to do all the measurements and all that. The very first kit was installed in that car.
So, OG Corvette owner, we know it's going in good hands, and you have a few C6s. One here, which is a different one that you're building, but you have one in Brazil.
Yes. Well, the original car that was going to go to Brazil is still in my house. It's not done. It's like this level, but because it took so long, we just sent another one that was a little more stock. It's still a good car for drift in Brazil, because in Brazil they don't have radial tires. Well, I mean, they don't have a semi-slick, so it's only radials. So you're not gonna be able to put that much power into the ground with those tires, anyways. So
Yeah.
the car's doing good down there. So, but now I'm torn because then I got 4 cars to choose from. But this one definitely is gonna stay here.
What is the ultimate plan for this one? U.S. car, or you just said it might go to Brazil?
Well, yeah, the main plan is U.S. car. This one should stay here, but we don't know how long that one's gonna take.
Yeah.
So this might fly to Brazil. Yeah, first class.
Wow, okay, fancy. See, she's already going to be treated well. All right, we're already... The neon, so what do you think? Are you going to rock the neon for a while? I won't be offended.
For sure.
I told Marcelo, I was like, hey, if you're going to rock the neon for a while, I will be so happy.
It's not too far, because my colors are yellow and black. I don't wear anything like
Neon yellow, right? Or just like,
yellow
yeah.
and black, so that's what my main colors. But no, not too far. I mean,
what's next? Neon race suit?
no, I thought they were going to have to borrow yours and put it in front of me to see that.
Yeah, maybe put like one legend. I'm pumped. Obviously, I'm a little sad, but this is best case scenario. This is best case scenario of who it could go to for its next life outside of the compound here. Coming with all these spares and get him situated, and then today we gotta get you fitted into the car.
Yep.
And make sure you're comfortable. Make sure you don't have to like move the pedal assembly or anything. As you guys remember, I have the floor mounted pedals in there, but you sat in it and it wasn't too far off. Now we'll start the transformation into making this Marcelo's car. You just got some cushions in there, you'll be good. First drive in the Corvette.
Yeah, the funny thing is the difference between you and me getting out of it.
Yeah, well, there's
Going easy. I have to.
there's just cushions in there right now. But even when my seat's in there though, because I sit so high and forward, it's still a little difficult for me to get into.
Oh, being cable?
Yeah.
I have to get used to it because it's more spongy.
Yep.
It's not like my BMW just touch. Here, re-drill this.
Like I think with just the pedal box move and the steering thing, you'd be pretty comfortable.
No, it is. The seat is where it's supposed to be. But like I said, this definitely got a cut, and for this weekend, it is what it is. We're just gonna test the car, but I gotta be here. So I would say a good 3-4 inches is gotta be moved, and maybe I can make this a little higher.
How do you move the pedal box?
That part, the steering is easy. There's 4 bolts underneath, you loosen it up, and then you just pitch it up.
But what about the pedal box?
Pedal box, I'll have to look.
She says 4 bolts.
Oh yeah, you unbolt the bottom and slide it farther forward and then bolt it back down.
Let's see.
That's a whole box assembly. So take off that carbon fiber top and then you'll see the bolts under there. And you